The last thing my mother ever said to me was, "Don't worry, my love. I understand." I held her hand and nodded, forcing a smile. I thought she was talking about the pain, the medicine, the long, quiet surrender of her body to the cancer. I stayed strong. For her, for my brother David, who stood stiffly by the window. I packed my emotions away in a little box, the way I always had. But I was wrong. So terribly wrong. She wasn't talking about any of that. And it would take the silence after her funeral for me to finally hear her. My family was never loud with its love. Our house was clean and quiet. The only real sounds were the ticking of the grandfather clock in the hall and the soft humming of my mother in the kitchen. She was a painter. Her studio was the sunroom, always smelling of turpentine and linseed oil. And coffee. She always had a cup of cold coffee beside her easel. My father, he was a good man, but quiet. He showed his love by fixing things. A loose step on the staircase, a wobbly table leg. He fixed things you could see, you could touch. David, my older brother, was like him. Practical, solid. And me? I was the dreamer, the one who felt everything a little too deeply, the one who wrote poems in the margins of my notebooks. I think my mother saw that in me. She'd sometimes look at my scribbles and give me a small, knowing smile, a secret shared between us. But we never talked about it. In our family, you didn't need words to love. Or at least, that's what I told myself. As we grew older, the distance between us all just solidified. David went into finance. I became a writer. He dealt in facts and figures. I lived in emotions and metaphors. We spoke different languages. When our father passed 5 years ago, it was David who handled everything. The will, the bank accounts, the paperwork. I was a mess, useless in the face of such practical grief. He never said it, but I felt it. His quiet judgment. Be strong, Sarah. Be practical. And Mom? She just grew quieter. She retreated into her paintings. They became darker and more abstract. I'd call her every Sunday. "How are you, Mom?" I'd ask. "I'm fine, darling. Don't you worry about me," she'd always say. Her voice was a soft echo. I thought she was just being brave. I thought her art was her therapy. I never pushed. I never asked, "What are you painting? What are you feeling?" I just sent her money for supplies, thinking that was support. I was so blind. The real pension came when she got sick. David and his wife, Clara, lived closer. They were there for the doctor's appointments, the tough decisions. I flew in when I could, between deadlines, my heart tearing in two. One evening I was in town, fussing over Mom in the kitchen. David pulled me aside. His voice was low and tense. "She doesn't need you to smother her, Sarah. She needs things to be normal." I felt a hot sting in my eyes. "I'm not smothering her. I'm caring for her," I whispered. He just shook his head. "There's a difference." In that moment, I felt like a stranger in my own family, an emotional tourist, causing a scene. The funeral was a blur of black dresses and soft handshakes. David was a pillar of strength. He gave the eulogy, his voice steady, his words perfect. I just sat there, my own grief feeling messy and inadequate. After everyone left, we were alone in the old, silent house. The ticking clock was deafening. We were supposed to go through her things, start the process. David was in the study, already sorting through files. Efficient. I couldn't bear it. I wandered into the sunroom, her sanctuary. Her canvases were stacked against the wall, covered in a white sheet. It felt like a ghost. I was about to leave when I saw it. A small wooden box tucked away on a shelf, behind old tubes of paint. It wasn't locked. Inside, there were no jewels, no important documents. There were letters, dozens of them, written on the backs of grocery lists, on napkins, on scraps of paper. My mother's beautiful, looping handwriting. They weren't addressed to anyone. They were just thoughts, feelings. A diary written to the wind. My hands trembled as I picked up one. Today, the silence is so heavy I can feel it on my chest. I wish just one of them would ask me what I'm afraid of. I read another. David fixed the leaky faucet. He is his father's son. It is a quiet love, and I am grateful. But sometimes I wish for a love that is loud. And then I found it, the one that broke me. Dated just a month ago. Sarah calls, her voice full of a worry she tries to hide. She thinks I don't hear the ache in it. She sends me money, thinking it will buy me comfort. But all I have ever wanted was her words, the ones she gives so freely to strangers in her novels. I have collected every novel, every poem. I see her soul in them. It is the closest I have felt to her in years. I understand why she holds them back from me. She thinks I won't understand. She thinks I am not strong enough to hold them, but I am. My love for her has always been a canvas, waiting for her colors. I sank to the floor, the paper crumpling in my fist. She didn't want my strength or my money. She wanted my fear, my mess, my heart. She had been waiting for me all this time, and I never came. I sat on that cold sunroom floor for a long time. The dam inside me finally broke. I wasn't quiet anymore. I cried for the wasted time, for the conversations we never had, for the love I thought I was being strong, but I was really just being distant. My mother wasn't quiet because she had nothing to say. She was quiet because she was waiting for us to speak, to be brave with our feelings. David found me there, my face raw, the letters scattered around me. He didn't say anything. He just knelt down. I handed him the letter about the faucet. I watched his face as he read it. I saw his strong, solid composure crack, just a little. A single tear traced a path down his cheek. He didn't wipe it away. For the first time, we weren't the practical brother and the emotional sister. We were just two children, lost in the vast, silent landscape of our mother's heart. We finally understood. Her, I understand, wasn't acceptance of death. It was her final gift to us. It was her saying she saw us. She saw our flawed, fumbling ways of loving, and she accepted them. She loved us anyway. She had been the strong one all along. I never sent her a letter, but in the end, she was the one who wrote the words I needed to hear my whole life. Thank you for letting me share this with you. Sometimes the most important conversations are the ones we never have aloud. If this story has echoed something in your own life, I'd be honored if you shared a piece of it in the comments below. Your voice matters. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Be gentle with your own heart and with the hearts of those you love. I'll see you in the next story.